Okay, you guys, if you've made it to this video, make sure to watch through because this is probably the most important video of the course, or one of the top three. And this will determine if a product has legs, okay? And it all comes down to consumer needs. Essentially, whenever we are buying on Amazon, everybody has an idea of a product in their head. And then we all translate that into words. And then we see images. And then we click. And then we say, is that what I saw in my head? So that's why images are important. Make sure to really optimize your images. Anyways, what we are doing now is identifying what are the customer needs, because that determines, essentially all those images. They're all trying to solve a need. It could be, that fur on the pet. They got to get it off. Or it could be they need something to wear to a party this weekend. Or it could, there's a whole multitude of needs. So we're going to break down, first of all, what the types of needs are, and then why they're really important in determining what types of markets to go after. So there's a couple general ones, and you want to get an array of these, or you want to get a couple of them. You don't need all of these, but you want to have some way to differentiate from the other people, because if you're just doing what other people are doing, then it comes down to price and the number of reviews. And when you compete on price, you don't want to play that game. So here's the games that we do want to play for. And that's by finding ways to fulfill customer needs that aren't being filled yet. So there are general customer needs. These are what people use every time that they go to buy. They're not actually using them like in a checklist and going and filling out like, yes, it meets this. No, they're going and they're psychologically thinking about these. When somebody goes to buy, this might be the only important one. Like you forgot a wedding gift and it's like, what is there? What are my options? All right. So that's one where you could essentially go and add value by having Amazon Prime and deliver in 2 days or even overnight, versus if all the other people in that market were 5 to 7 days because they were shipping it themselves. So that's one thing that we can look out for, is just offering fulfilled by Amazon when it doesn't currently exist. And this also comes into, so basically the meta concept of that is that it's about time and convenience and efficiency. So there's that with obviously the delivery speed, but we could also be offering that in their daily life. So is there a way that we could somehow make this product more convenient or efficient for whatever their need is? So what are their needs though? That is utility. So there is two needs actually. There's self-expression and there's utility, and I'm going to explain what those mean now. So essentially, if you're looking for utility, you need to achieve something or improve your life. Like if I'm in the headphone market, I'm obviously looking for something that is functional. So I'm not looking for a self-expression one. I'm not looking for some like ones for a photo shoot or to make me look beautiful. There are some people that only care about the design of them, but a majority of the people are looking for utility. So I would kind of we'll just analyze the different needs and why there's so many products in the headphone market. There's functionality. So Bluetooth, they fold. Okay, so that is great. And what these end up doing is they improve the consumer experience. Okay, so when you improve experience, basically you're just going to get a happier customer. They're going to feel like a G when they put them on. He would feel even better if he was wearing ones without a cord, because I love that they're Bluetooth and it makes working out a lot easier. Another factor of utility is going to be reliability. So I know and will pay a lot more for these Bose headphones because they're reliable. They will last for years and they don't break because they're foldable. So like we're saying, it's not like these functionalities none of them are independent. They all kind of intertwine with each other and are all important, and they affect one another. So basically, the customers all have wants and ideas in their heads on each one of these aspects, and our goal is looking at the market and seeing where are their needs not fulfilled, and these are them. So another one is performance, okay? Battery life on these. Now, I like these because they last for 10 to 20 hours, and they automatically turn off. So I barely have to charge these. So the performance and reliability of the battery is really great. Now what we also have is performance could be how good is the bass, how high are the highs, and just that, and those overall affect the experience right there. Now compatibility, this is kind of a hit or miss. Is it compatible with what you need? For example, if these were only compatible with iOS, I'm not going to buy because guess what? I'm an Android guy. So I guess the question is we're kind of like, what are we looking for? We can see through product reviews or just blog posts on the internet, people complaining, saying, I wish that there was this functionality. I wish there was more, whatever. So essentially, we're kind of keeping our eye out for what are the utility parts where people aren't necessarily happy. Then there's also self-expression. And this is where I suggest that the beginners go. And I'm going to tell you why. Why? Because with functionality, there's only like maybe 4 things of functionality that people care about. Some of these are apparent in a market and some aren't. And oftentimes there's only a couple options. But with self-expression, that's endless. Okay. Now, I, for example, like the alpaca swim shorts, but you might like the gorillas, and that's okay. But what makes this great is when there's 7 choices right here, there's no best answer for anybody. Everybody ends up choosing a different choice. And because of that, you could be right down there, the number 6 gorilla swim shorts, because of course number 1 is the alpacas, the best. But people will continue to choose the gorilla ones. So I'll give you now a real life example so that you can make this a little bit more concrete in your head. Here's an example where self-expression and design is more important than functionality. So if we were to look up wedding gifts here, and I could show you quick, there's quite a bit of revenue coming through wedding gifts. All right, so if we take a look at wedding gifts, it's taken a while to load because the internet is at the speed of a dinosaur here in Germany. There's examples, look at this. This is doing $76,000 of revenue of a bamboo cheese board. All right, but if we take a look at, then there's obviously quite a bit of revenue on all the other choices. But if we take a look at these, they're all different. And why? Because design and self-expression is the answer in this market. It's not necessarily about functionality, it's that self-expression. So you're giving a gift to somebody for their wedding, and the choice is different for everyone. Like, I'm never going to buy this glass right there because I'm not going to give my friends a glass for alcohol. And I just always right, Mr. Right. No, it's just, that's not cool. Not cool to me. Maybe it's cool to you. That's okay. Or this, people who love kitchen stuff, or people who love wine and cheese, but I'm not really that passionate about alcohol. So where's the one for me? Where's the muskrats? Where's the alpacas? All right, there's your opportunity. Go build alpaca wedding gifts. Just kidding. But I mean, look, we're still, here, this one is good, except I don't have a beard. Anyways, as we're seeing this, they're all different. So you could come in and make a different, Legos. You could come in and make a different product and have an opportunity. So with that, self-expression was important. Design was more important than functionality. And obviously, it just had to meet the bare minimum of utility. But the most important part was that self-expression. Now, if we go and I'll just show you guys quickly where a market where utility is the only thing that's really important, and why you probably don't want to go after one of those where there's not many options to differentiate on utility. So if we take a look at the famous pet gloves, which most people who are beginning, they always think this is a great market. I'm looking at this and I look at my framework here, functionality, okay? Let's take a look at functionality. What is the function that people want? They want to get that fur off their hairy animal, okay? It looks like they're all about the same. So I have no way to really differentiate between these based off of functionality alone. Now, if we take a look at experience, I don't know if any of these really have a different experience for me getting that fur off my animals. Another option could be reliability, but they all look just about the same reliability. Maybe these look a little bit more reliable because the image, it looks like they're a little bit spikier, and that they are just the plastic's built in a little bit more, but that's about it. And I guess you could also make the argument that they'll have a better performance because they've got those high quality spikes. But and then compatible, I guess, like what's the difference? Compatibility. Maybe there's one that's more compatible with alpacas or cats or something. But as we look here, you could try to say, this is the best one for cats, but it looks the same as the other ones. So this is why essentially the market has decided they want to just get the fur off their animal. And that's it. All right. They're not looking to go to a a fashion show or a party with and take the fur off of their animals. They're just looking to get the deed done at home. So the summary is we want to look for places where we can add that value by looking at all of the things, and there's just not much value to add here other than maybe an image with a different cat or animal, but that doesn't do anything. So wrapping it all up, you want to find markets where there's a multitude of needs and it's not just one need and that's it, because then it's pretty clear who the winner is. You want to go where there are multiple winners, and we'll show you guys later exactly how to go do that. Sneak peek, look at the reviews, look at the distribution of them, and if they all look the same, run away probably, unless you can do something neato there. All right, on to the next thing that we're going to look out for on our treasure hunt.